Okay, guys, just a couple minutes for everybody to join in. Okay, guys, we have about half of the class here. So we'll give them 2 more minutes to join, and I'll take attendance.
مثلا late I make the alarm wrong.
Okay, guys, if you're going to play on Facebook during the meetings, don't like my post or write on my post while you're in my meeting. Okay, one of my students just wrote on my picture and then removed their comment because they forgot they were in a meeting with me. So if you're going to play on Facebook instead of pay attention in the meeting, don't write on my post and tell on yourself. And then remove it when you remember because you don't want me to know. The second you wrote on it, I got a message that you wrote on my picture. If you don't want to pay attention to the meetings, don't come to the meetings. All right, let's take the attendance now. And when I call your name, unmute your mic to answer that you are here. Once you answer, please mute your mic again. Abdurrahman Kareem.
Here.
I want to hear only one voice.
Here.
Do not speak for anybody other than yourself. Thank you, Abdurrahman.
Here.
Thank you. Basil.
Here.
Thank you. Iyad Adil. Only unmute your mic when I call your name. Don't unmute before I call your name. Iyad Tamer.
I'm here.
Thank you. Hamza.
Here.
Muaz.
Here.
Thank you. Muhammad.
Here.
Mustafa.
Here.
Thank you, Mustafa. Omar. Tahir.
Here.
Thank you, Tahir. Omar. Wahba.
Here.
Yasin. Yasin. Yusuf.
Here.
Thank you, Yusuf. Isel. Okay, Farah.
Here.
Thank you. Farida.
Here.
Thank you. Jada. Jada. Hello, Jada. Jada, I can see you in the meeting. Why aren't you answering?
Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda.
Jenna?
Miss Amanda, can you hear me?
Yes, Jada, I can hear you. I
I'm
called
here.
your name 3 times, though.
Sorry, I was in the toilet.
Okay. Jenna?
Here.
Jemana?
Here.
Thank you. Leanne?
Here.
Thank you. Leela? Leela? Melik?
Here.
Thank you. Pilar?
Here.
Thank you. Reem?
Here.
Ragnini?
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Thank you. And Tia? All right, so back to what we were asking. We said each bird took away some knowledge of how to build the nest, but the only one that waited to the end was Turtle Dove. What was the effect of Turtle Dove waiting to the end? Ragnini?
She or he kept disrupting Magpie. He kept saying, take two. And then she got angrier. Magpie got angrier. So she said, stop it, but he didn't listen. So Magpie got angry and Turtle Dove went back to find some worms. And Magpie never, ever told them about how to make a nest ever again to the other birds.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Finally, only the Turtle Dove was waiting, and she kept telling her to take two, like you said. And Magpie got angry because she kept bothering her, and she flew away. So the only bird that was there to see the nest that she built, the lovely nest that took her so long to build, was Magpie. So Magpie was, the effect is that Turtle Dove was the only bird that got to see the end result of the nest. One more. Here's the cause. No one but Turtle Dove was left to see the nest. What was the effect? Because Turtle Dove was the only one who got to see the whole process of making the nest. What was the effect? Abdurrahman?
Yes, here is.
I can't hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
No one but silly Turtle Dove was left to see the lovely nest that Magpie had worked so hard to build. What's the effect?
Okay, what was the effect?
Turtle Dove still bothering Magpie. So she was by saying tick tock.
Okay, what was the
So
effect?
Magpie got
The fact that Turtle Dove
angry.
was the only one there to the end. What was the effect of her being the only one there to the end?
She annoyed Magpie by saying tick tock, and Magpie got very angry
Yes,
and
we're
never touched.
retelling the story. We're not telling the effect. What was the effect? The cause is that she was the only one. What was the effect of her being the only one?
She learned more.
That's right. That's right. Very good. Because she was the last one to stay, she had more knowledge than all of the other birds. And so that is why, this is the effect, that is why different birds build their nests differently. Everybody got a different amount of knowledge. Everybody got different amounts of information. So the effect that Turtle Dove was the only one is that everyone builds their nest differently. Okay, very good, Abdurrahman. Very good thinking. All right, let's take a look now. Language arts textbook. Everybody needs your language arts textbook. All right. We are on page 376. 376. Give you a second to find the page in your book. Now we are going to do story writing. This time our writing is about writing stories. So the lesson today on page 376 is about how to use dialogue in writing your stories. Okay, so our next writing project is going to be about writing dialogue in our story. Okay, everybody should have the page by now. Yes, Mohammed?
Miss Amanda, can you say the page because I was getting my book?
376.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so remind me what dialogue is. Who can tell me what is dialogue? All right, Farah, what is dialogue?
The dialogue is the conversation between the characters in the story.
That's right. When the characters talk back and forth to each other in our story, this is dialogue. You are correct. All right. So it helps us to understand how the characters think, how they feel, what's going on around them when we know exactly what the characters are saying. So this is why many writers use dialogue to help tell their stories. All right, let's see. Mohammed, can you read what's in the box for us, please?
In the box, okay. Dialogue is the conversation between two or more characters in a story. It tells the exact words the characters say. Put quotation marks around the character's exact words. Each time there is a new speaker, begin a new paragraph. Capitalize the first word in a quotation. Put the end punctuation inside the quotation. Always tell who is speaking by using words such as said, Nina, or he explained. If the speaker's name comes first, put a comma before the quotation.
All right, so remember when we were writing dialogue, we've done this lesson before. This is not the first time. This was part of your Unit 5 quiz. But the reason that they're repeating the lesson is because they want you to use dialogue when you write your stories. Thank you. Please keep your cameras off unless I ask you to turn them on. All right. So dialogue is written using quotations, and those quotation marks go around the exact words that come from the person's mouth. Okay, so the exact words that the characters are saying. We always start a new paragraph when a new person starts speaking. We always capitalize the first word in a quotation, and the punctuation, the period, the comma, the question mark, the exclamation goes inside the quotation marks. We use words like said, explained, called, yelled, asked to show that the speaker is speaking. And if we put the name first in the sentence, we put a comma before the quotation. Like if I say Lisa said, there's a comma before we say what Lisa said. All right, this is a review of the grammar rules that we took. Let's take a look at the paragraph at the bottom of the page. Pay attention to how the writer uses the dialogue to help us understand how our character thinks, what our character is feeling, what's going on around our character. The dialogue helps us to understand. All right, let's see. Yusuf, why don't you read for us?
While making the queen's cloak, oh no, the cloak will not be done in time for the parade. I will be sent to the dung,
Dungeon?
what?
Dungeon?
Dungeon,
Dun-
the
dungeon. Dungeon. Dungeon.
dungeon,
Yep.
the seamstress cried. I can help you, said a tiny voice from the corner of the ceiling. Who are you? asked the seamstress. A little spider showed herself and began spinning beautiful thread for the seamstress. Now the cloak could be made and all would be well.
Okay. So the seamstress ran out of thread while she was making the cloak. And it says that she said, we know here there are quotation marks. So this is what the seamstress said. Oh no, the cloak will not be done in time for the parade. I will be sent to the dungeon. The dungeon is where they would lock people up in the castle who didn't do things that they were supposed to do when they punished someone. And then there's the end quotation. Okay? Notice that this shows you from the way it's written and the words that she says that this seamstress is very upset and very worried. They use the seamstress cried. So she cried out her words as almost if she's half asking for help. Notice here is a new paragraph. That's how we know that someone else is speaking. Every time the speaker changes, the paragraph starts new. Okay, so here the seamstress is talking. Here a tiny voice is coming from the corner of the ceiling. New paragraph. I can help you, this new voice says. A new paragraph again because the seamstress is now going to answer. Who are you? asked the seamstress. So when she heard the voice, she didn't know who the little spider was. Wahba, do you have a question?
No, I was participating to answer a question but forgot to lower my hand. So
No problem. No problem. Okay, so this dialogue helps us to understand here how the seamstress feels when she's worried about being punished. And here it shows us the tiny little voice that comes from the corner. And here, when she asked, "Who are you?" we can understand by her asking, "Who are you?" that she didn't know who this was making the sound that she was hearing. So the dialogue can add a lot to your story. It can make your story tell, it can make your story sound much more realistic, which makes your readers enjoy your writing more. Imagine instead of this if we said, the seamstress was worried about being punished, and she heard a voice that said it would help, but she didn't know who it was. Not as exciting, not as enjoyable to read as reading what the characters are saying. So when you write your story, you want to use dialogue and have your characters speak to each other in your story. All right? Now, notice, let's talk about the rules here. We'll go back and look at them together. Every time the new speaker speaks, we start a new paragraph. Here, the seamstress is talking. When the spider starts, new paragraph. When the seamstress answers, new paragraph. We put the quotation marks around the words that the person says. "I can help you," said the tiny spider. Always capitalize the first word in the quotation and put the end mark inside the quotation. Like here, O for oh no. And here at the end, the exclamation goes inside your quotation mark. Here, capitalize the first word the person is saying. Quotation mark, this comma goes inside the quotation mark. Same thing here with the question mark. Okay, these are the rules of writing dialogue. Let's go to the practice workbook, page 81. Practice workbook, page 81. All right. On page 81 in your practice workbook. Okay. All right. Everybody should have the page by now. For letter A, it says read the paragraphs and put a quotation mark before the first word of every quotation. So I want you to read the two paragraphs and add quotation marks where they belong. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes to read and add the quotation marks where they belong in the two paragraphs. Okay, so let's read now. Excuse me, together. Read the first paragraph for us, please. Hamza.
As they prepared for school, Monica said, Tamika, I can't find my list of spelling words for this week. Miss?
Bonjour Salma.
Bonjour.
Ok, Salma avec Kobe. Ok, d'accord. Mohamed?
Yes.
Ok. Ici, il y a 1, 2,
Miss
3,
Amanda?
4, 5 photos. Ok? Quelle question de chaque photo?
Sorry, for just a second. Okay, Hamza, tell us.
As they prepared for school, Monica,
Marks.
before Tamika.
Miss, I can't see the share screen.
Miss, you're muted.
Okay, before Tamika, where else? Sorry, there, it's already in your book. Sorry, got it. All right, so that's correct. You put it before Tamika. And they have already written the other one for you in the book. Excuse me. So Monica said, Tamika, I can't find my list of spelling words for this week. Okay, so before Tamika, thank you. Second paragraph. Jenna. Hello, Jenna.
Hello, Miss Amanda.
Can you read this? Can you read the second paragraph for us and tell us where you would put the quotation marks?
Yes, sure. Miss Amanda, only because I lost the page.
Okay, honey. Let's see. Leanne, how about if you read the second paragraph for us?
Yes, sure. Did you look under the bed for sister? Tamika asked. A few moments later, Tamika added, "You might be surprised if you look." Hello?
Okay, honey, tell us where you put the quotation marks.
Okay, a few moments later, Tamika added, "We will put the quotation marks before a few moments, and after Tamika added."
Yeah, we do put one after Tamika added, but Tamika didn't say a few moments later. She didn't say a few moments later. That's telling us when it happened. That's not something that she actually said.
Okay.
So where would I put the quotation marks? Think it, try again. Try again, Leanne. Think about what she's actually saying.
We will put before did you look under?
That's
And
right.
after Tamika asks. And
All right.
after
Correct.
Tamika
Very
asks.
good. That's good. Very good. So we put it before did. Did you look under the bed? And then we put it before you. Because this is what Tamika said. Tamika said, did you look under the bed? And she said, you might be surprised if you do look. Okay, so these are the things that came from Tamika's mouth. These are the words that she actually said. Okay, so before did and before you. All right, last paragraph. Let's see. All right, Farida, read the last paragraph, please.
Sure. Monica lifted the hem of the bright orange quilt. She exclaimed, "Oh no, mittens! They're new kitten. We're shredding paper to bits," Monica said. "I memorized the spelling words for the week, but can you help me check the spelling in the dictionary, Tamika?"
Okay, where will we add the quotation marks?
I think. Okay, I thought in one. I think. In the last sentence, can you help me check the spelling in the dictionary? We will put a quotation mark.
Okay, let's ask a friend for help. Let's ask a friend to help us out there because we're only getting part of what she said. We want to get everything that she said. Malik?
Yes.
Wait, I
You
memorized.
should put the two quotation marks in front of did until bed, and then
Honey, we already finished that one. We're on the next paragraph. We finished
I
that one
found
that
one.
you're talking about already.
Miss, I found one.
Okay, tell me, Farida.
I memorized the spelling words for the week, but can you help me check the spelling in the dictionary?
Okay, so where do we put the quotations?
And I memorized till the dictionary.
So I put it before what? What word do I put it before?
Before memorize.
Okay.
I know it now.
Okay. Please don't unmute and start talking unless I ask you to. Okay, Farida, so you said we put it before memorized?
Yes.
Monica said, I memorized. So where would the quotation mark go? Monica didn't say memorize the spelling words for the week. She said, I memorized the spelling words for the week. So where do the quotations go? Remember, they go around the exact words that the person says. Where are all my students at? The same people raising their hand every time. The same people. Ed. Hello, Ed.
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Can you tell us in the third paragraph where we put quotation marks?
I cannot hear you.
Can you tell us in the third paragraph where? Hello? I think the problem is still with your net. Okay. I guess you're going to have to watch the
Miss
video.
Amanda, I cannot really hear you. Your voice is lagging.
Okay, honey, it's your internet. All right, let's see. Wahba, third paragraph.
Okay. The spelling, I memorized the spelling words for the week, but can you help me check the spelling in the dictionary, Tamika? Put quotation marks before I memorized.
So the quotation marks go before the word
I.
correct, okay? Where else? Another place in the paragraph.
Miss it puts the book puts the quotation marks at the end.
Yes, I know. And it's missing quotation marks at the beginning. In the paragraph, read the paragraph.
Monica lifted the hem of the bright orange quilt. She exclaimed, "Oh no, Mittens, their new kitten was shredding their paper to bits." Monica said, "I memorized the spelling words for the week, but can you help me check the spelling in the dictionary, Tamika?"
Okay, so we have quotation marks we said before I, and the book gave us after Tamika. Where is the other set of quotations?
I don't know.
Okay, let's ask a friend. Basil?
I think before but.
Not before but, no, that's the middle of our sentence. Jenna, you have the page now? Hello? Hello, Jenna?
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Do you have the page now?
Yes.
Where do we put the quotation mark? I'm sorry? I can't hear you.
Before I.
Excuse me. Yes, we've already said that one. We've already done before I memorize. There's another one. Ragmini, tell us.
Okay. The last one. After Tamika, there is a question mark. After that, there should be a quotation.
I'm going to have to show you. We're going to run out of time. There is a quotation already after Tamika. It's in the book. Here it says, she exclaimed, "Oh no." From her mouth came the words, "Oh no." There are quotation marks in front of O. Okay, before O and after no. Okay, so that's the one that we are missing. All right. Now, at the bottom of the page, we have number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want you to complete them. You do not need to send me a picture. Tomorrow, the first thing in class, we will review these 5 sentences at the bottom, correct them, add quotation marks, capital letters, and punctuation. Okay, tomorrow we'll go over them. First thing when we start our session. All right, we have less than 30 seconds. We're going to end now.
Miss, I didn't